What's wise out there, my people? What is wise? You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, this is wise thoughts, wise moves, wise clues for you guys to be wise too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we finna get off into a few little old subjects today, man. We gonna hit this first one right here with this old Gucci man and Pooh Shiesty again, man. I've been looking at a few things and checking out a few things, you know. You know, what I've been looking at was this right here. I don't know how true it is, but if it's a situation like this and what I've been seeing, now if Gucci Man made, they say anywhere from $20 to $25 million off of Pooh Shiesty, right? That's what he made off of this guy, right? So while Pooh Shiesty was locked up, they saying Gucci Man wasn't putting money on his books, wasn't looking out for him or none of that, they say, right? So when Pooh Shiesty gets out, he want to talk to Gucci Man. And what I don't understand is this right here. Okay, Gucci Man had all these different artists, right? They say he dropped all these different artists to keep Pooh Shiesty and another artist, which I forgot this guy's name. So evidently, Gucci Man already knew what he was benefiting off of Pooh Shiesty, right? So it's almost like when I be talking about in a couple of my subjects in the past, right? When I say this right here, the white kids want to be like the black kids, right? Our black millionaires operate the same way as the white millionaires do, right? I say that to say this. All money is not good money, man. So if you done made this type of money off of this guy, right, and ain't gave this guy no type of percentage of what you done made off of this guy, and he's calling you for an interview, right, why not bring a briefcase with some money in it when you already know what you done wrong? Well, I ain't even say what you done wrong when you already know the amount of money that you done made off of him, right? Why not just bring him a briefcase with $1 million in it? That would have stopped everything, right? But instead, you want to play this contract down, you know, so you put their name on the contract, you know, so now you able to do whatever you want to do with them. It's almost like a guy selling their soul. You know, when you put your name on that dotted line, though, you know I'm coming from, which I understand that. So Pooh Shiesty should have read up on that a little bit more before he signed the contract. So I'm saying this right here. If I can't blame it on Pooh Shiesty now. Because if you was making money off this guy's name, he's only right to want to live off of your record label because you already showed him that you ain't caring about nothing that he got going on. Even the important things that he got going on in life, you not even caring about. Your actions are showing this, right? So I can understand how Pooh Shiesty's emotions can be dealing with it to where he just sat down and said, okay, we finna come up with a plot and a plan and put this together, man, and go on and get up out this contract. I don't even want the money no more. I just want to up out this contract because I know if I get out this contract, then I'm going to sign with somebody that's going to help me make some money. So I understand Pooh Shiesty's deal, but what I don't understand is Gucci Man. Man, you a snake, man. I got to say that. And what makes you so much of a snake is this right here. If you'd have made money off of this guy, man, and didn't give not even him, his father, his mother, nobody no pocket change at all, and then you went around here talking about you the man, and you this and you that, you know where I'm coming from? Man, you a snake in the grass for that, man. And now you got this old interview I seen talking about how you don't talk to the police. At this situation, you had to talk to the police, didn't you? Yeah, you had to talk to the police, man. So now you a snitch and a snake. Yeah, but let me get on up off of that, man. We're gonna get on this right here. We're gonna talk about Lake Arcadia, man, in Oklahoma City. You know, they had a Sunday fun day out here in Oklahoma City. A lot of teenagers out there partying, you know what I'm saying? The DJ put some stuff together, they out there having a good time. You know, they say they out there having a good time, they partying and everything. They say that some girls start fighting, and next thing you know, you had two masked men start shooting inside the crowd. So you had over 24 people injured. One teenage girl actually cost her life, you know. Well, she was, 18, 19 years old, you know. So here's what I'm saying. When I ain't here, it's not here's what I'm saying. Here's what I'm hearing about this situation. They saying the two masked men was shooting in the crowd, right? Well, I jumped the gun. They picked up one black guy, right? So they got him in there with $1 million bond. But the other guy they still haven't found. The black guy that they do have is the one, he actually turned himself in, you know? So here on Facebook out here in Oklahoma City, you know, they have a bunch of racist things going on now over this certain situation that took place. It's a page where, you know, you got the white people calling people names, you got the black people calling white people names, you know? So now let me get back to what happened. They said it was two masked men that started shooting in the crowd, they say. So they say there's two masked men shooting in the crowd. The black guy that they got right now, they say he started retaliating for shooting back at the two masked men who was shooting into the crowd, you know? So they haven't found the two guys that were shooting in the crowd, but they have found the guy who was shooting at the guys who was shooting inside the crowd. So here's what I'm not understanding. If it's a big old gang fight, right? And the girls is out here fighting each other. I never in my life seen people put a mask on and start shooting. You know, I ain't been around a lot of things. I done seen a lot of things. I done actually seen movies too, you know? So I never seen a big gang fight break out. Then guys put masks on their face and start shooting inside of a crowd, you know? I'm not saying this can have nothing to do with no racism or nothing like that. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is this right here. Edmond, Oklahoma. Do a little homework about Edmond, Oklahoma. You'll understand about a little things that go on in Edmond, Oklahoma. You know where I'm coming from? So, but I'm still not saying it was a race war, but that's what they got on Facebook. They saying it was a big old race thing. They saying it was the white boys, and this what they saying. I'm not saying it's true. They said it was white boys that had the masks on their face that would start shooting inside the crowd. And they said the black guy was the one who was shooting at the masked men who was shooting inside at the crowd. So he the one who turned himself in. But they still haven't found these guys who wore these masks that were shooting inside the crowd. But we're still waiting to find out and see what's really going on. You know, they saying Edmond Police Department saying they do not want to release certain evidence that they have and all this. Then you got the news channel saying they going out there still finding bullets. You know where I'm coming from? So it's a big old argument going on right now in Oklahoma City with the news stations, the police departments, and the people. You know, they trying to really find out why and where's these people and why this even happened. You know, is it enough police guys, officers out there to do the investigation work? Or what? What's really going on? Because, you know, the black guy turned himself in. He didn't get caught. He turned himself in. So evidently he got to be innocent about something. You know, but we're going to get down to the bottom of it and see what happened. I'm going to give y'all more details about it when it come out. But we're going to get off of that story and we're going to get on something else. You know where I'm coming from? We're going to talk about this right here. Old Charleston White, man. I heard about what you done did down there in North Carolina, man. He won't actually been on podcast shows explaining the moves that you made. Mr. C-Dub. They said you came to this man. He gave you $15,000 for an interview, right? Then after that $15,000, he said y'all guys agreed to a $3,500 payment every month. And you show up once a month, twice a month to help him blow his page up. For some situation, he's trying to say that you didn't run the play on him now. You not answering his phone, you hung up the phone, not you not answering your phone, which when he called you, y'all had a little talk. You called him a few names and hung up the phone in his face, and now you won't even answer the phone for him. So he out here talking on his podcast shows, asking the people questions about, was you right about how you played this game, or was you wrong about it? And the only story I heard was his. And the only story I heard that he explained, see, Doug, you wrong, man. And here's why I say you wrong at, man, because they say one person, all it takes is one person to do something wrong, right? What happens after that, everybody gonna get looked at the same way as the person who done it wrong. So what I'm saying is this right here. For you to run off with that guy's $15,000, right? Now it's making this guy feel a certain way about even wanting to deal with anybody else just because of what you done. He shouldn't be holding what you done to someone on nobody else, but that's how us black folks do. You know what I'm saying? Shit, if Inkpen did something wrong to me, I'm going to look at Pencil like he did something wrong, even though he ain't done nothing wrong. That's just how it go. I don't know why it's like that, but that's just where it is. You know where I'm coming from? But Charleston White, the story that I heard, you and old boy Fast talked him out of that $15,000. And what's so crazy is this right here. I don't understand why you just didn't come do the interview. I don't understand how you guys can run off with these guys' money when all y'all doing is sitting in front of a camera for maybe an hour or two. To get paid that type of money to sit in front of a camera, man, I don't understand it. But I guess you guys do. That's the reason why y'all's playing game on these people that's actually asking you guys to do it. But now I see how you making this money too now. You taking advantage of these small podcast shows. These guys got a little money in their pocket. You know what I'm saying? You asking them to pay you a certain amount of money once a month. And they paying you. You know where I'm coming from? So you showing up at their podcast shows and helping them do views. I understand it's a teamwork. Go hand in hand. I understand all that. But what happened down there in North Carolina, Only you know why it happened. Maybe it's time for you to get on up off of her and tell your side of the story, because his side of the story got you looking like you'd have done something wrong, man. You know what I'm talking about? But we're going to get off of that too. We're going to get on something else. Yeah, we're going to get on these Oklahoma City Thunders, man. Yeah, man, we doing our thing. We 3-0, boy, against them Lakers, man. They got old LeBron walking around looking like an old man on social media today. You know I'm coming from? They ain't ready for us. No matter how physical they play us. See, what Lakers don't understand, and this is what a lot of, I feel, older guys that's in the basketball, that's still playing basketball, don't understand. See, when you playing that physical basketball, that takes a lot of your energy out. Because you're too busy down there wrestling with people. That take energy. You're too busy trying to do stuff that don't have nothing to do with you scoring points. You're too busy doing stuff that have nothing to do with you playing defense. It's just a lot to do with, how can I say it, getting the next player out of their game by the physical play that you're playing. But what you ain't understanding, you can only do that for so long until your energy run out. So this is how the Thunders is taking advantage of you Lakers, man. Y'all playing too physical with them instead of just playing basketball. Play basketball. That's how you win basketball games, by playing basketball. You know where I'm coming from? All that extra stuff, that fouling, the extra grabbing, the extra, all that old extra arm wrestling and all that stuff. Man, y'all gonna lose every game when you're doing that against the Thunders. Them boys is too young. Them boys can do that in 5 quarters. If you give them 6 quarters, they can do it in 6. They got a bench. So whatever SG not doing, they got a bench player on there that'll do it too. So y'all putting too much energy on SG. And y'all getting too tired. So by the time the 3rd quarter come, the Thunders is putting it on y'all's butt. But like I was telling y'all on the last episode, this was gonna be a sweep. Game 4, Monday night, it's over with. Pull your brooms out. Lakers going home. They finna go grab the fishing poles, man. It's time to go fishing. You know where I'm coming from? Well, they had a nice little season, though, because nobody thought the Lakers was gonna go this far no way, though. So they did pretty good. But I'm thinking this is the last year for LeBron. You know where I'm coming from? Yeah, I'm thinking this is the last year from LeBron. I'm thinking this is it. But we're going to get off of that and talk about this right here. I was sitting here at the house the other day watching the news. And they was talking about how the government is releasing information about UFOs, you know, flying around. Let me say this before I get off into the story, though. Nothing changed but names, right? Date and times. Same stuff happened a long time ago. The same stuff that's going to continue to keep happening until somebody want to change what's going on. Nobody never want to change it, then it's going to keep on happening. You know? Scare tactics. You know? It's what they use. This is my opinion. Let me say this. Let me say that first. My opinion. Scare tactics. It's what they use to change laws, to build robots, or whatever else they decide they want to do to fight whatever they saying that we need to be scared of, right? They say they seen a spaceship, a UFO flying around. They got pictures of this UFO. Now, common sense, right? This is what a lot of people stop using. We don't use common sense no more. We're too busy going off of what rich people who have money tell us. You know, as long as they got money and they're rich, we listen to them. So that's what everybody listens to now. They don't go off of common sense. Common sense, right here. Every time they show a UFO on news, it's always a far distant picture, right? It's never a close-up picture of these UFOs that's flying around, that's been flying around for years, as they say. You know? Pull out your camera. You can zoom in and out on it, right? So if you're having a flying object, right, that's flying around, where is these pictures where to zoom in all the way in on this flying UFO? Why is this UFO picture that they keep showing for years and years and years and years? Next year it's going to be another far distant picture of a UFO. Why does it keep on showing us these far distant pictures of this UFO? Scare tactics, right? It's what they use. They scare you to believe in something, and once they scare you to believe in it, they come out with, let me use this for example, they come out with a robot, right? So we got a robot now that can fight against what we're scared of. But it takes the people to vote for it before they can even present it, bring it out to the world. Because other than that, they probably already got something built, put up, and don't nobody even know about it, right? But it takes the people to vote on it to bring it out. So if you scare the people and make them feel that these UFOs and all this stuff is flying around, that we have to worry about aliens coming back, and if you scare the people, you're able to change your laws, and you're also able to bring out something that you already had in storage. Yeah, you're actually able to bring out something that you had in your storage. Because the people gonna vote. Say, yeah, we need it. Because how else we gonna be able to fight against UFOs and aliens and all this and that? So I'm gonna say it one more time. There's no such thing as a UFOs. Airplanes, spaceships, jets, I guess if you want to call an airplane or a jet or a spaceship or UFO, then maybe it is a such thing of them. You know, if you want to call anything that fly in the air, a spaceship or a UFO, then I guess that's what you can do. It's easy to do it. All you got to do is be rich and famous with the people following your ways of life. You understand what I'm saying? So they're going to believe anything and everything that you believe too. So this is what's going on. There's no such thing as UFOs. Let me say it one more time. Common sense will tell you that. Common sense will tell you if it was a such thing as UFO, we'd already seen one already. We would have saw one. Not the people that keep on posting them and putting them on TVs for us to see them. We would have already saw one ourselves flying around somewhere. You know where I'm coming from? With all the stuff that's going on in this world today, we already saw a UFO flying around. We see aliens every day. You gotta do is go look in the mirror. You know, we all aliens, you know, with different color skins. You got the brown, the black, the white, all aliens, you know, if that's what y'all want to say on that level. So when they, my opinion, when they say the aliens is coming back, it's almost like this. Maybe the black people is getting smart enough and wise enough like the Black Wall Street, to build back their communities and understand what's going on out here today. And they don't want it to happen. So they say the aliens is coming back. So they fearing the people enough so they can start building RoboCops. So therefore, there ain't gonna be no humans around here. And it's almost like the movie that I keep on saying, the RoboCop movie. Maybe they building RoboCops around here, getting us scared of aliens. I don't know, just my opinion. But I'm gonna get off of that subject, you know where I'm coming from, and we're gonna get on this one right here. What they do, he didn't do. And what I mean by that is this right here. Growing up off into a neighborhood where there's gang violence at, right? You got a choice to be a part of the gang violence. You got a choice to live the life you want to live. You got a choice to go to school and do something different in your life, right? What they did, he didn't do, right? So you have some of the guys that may go out there in their hoods, you know what I'm saying, and put work in, you know where I'm coming from, or whatever, you know, over colors, over gangbanging stuff. I'm gonna go put some work in over some gangbanging stuff. You may have some guys, hey man, as long as they ain't messing with me, I ain't messing with them. What I'm gonna do is get my money. You know where I'm coming from? Don't mess with me when I'm getting my money. I ain't gonna mess with y'all. But I am from this neighborhood. You know where I'm coming from? So you got guys like that too. That is from that neighborhood. Represent that neighborhood to the fullest. But not disrespect that neighborhood. You know, but far as the gang banging, nah, they didn't go put the work in like others did. So let me say this to the guys who's trying to separate those who say they put work in and those who say they did, this guy or that guy didn't put the work in. Let me say this to you guys. Take it however you want to take it to. The truth only hurt people, right? The guys that's running around here say that y'all done put the work in and did this, all you guys ended up in the penitentiary. I don't know not one guy who say they done put the work in on the gang banging thing who didn't end up in the penitentiary. But them guys who represent their hood to the fullest, and you but not disrespect their hood, see, they didn't put the work in on the gang banging stuff. They put the work in to get money. Not just get money neither though. Get money helping others get money too. You know where I'm coming from? So when them guys out here is trying to make themselves look bigger and better because they didn't put the work in, but them guys who didn't go out there and go put the gang banging work in, but put the work in as far as getting money and helping other people get money too, it's almost like common sense, right? And for you to try to separate yourself from the guys that just got the money and represent their hood while they was getting the money shows how jealous some of you guys are. Show how much hate that some of you guys have in y'all's heart. You know where I'm coming from? Because it's almost like this. What did putting in work do for you? After you to put that work in for your hood, what did it do for you? after you tell yourself the truth about what it done for you, you'll realize how many mistakes you done made. You'll wish you could do it all over again. So why go dirty up the guys' names or the people's names out here who put the work in as far as getting money, helping other people get money, and you still but not disrespect them the same way you but not disrespect those who chose to put the work in. There's no difference in it. It's almost like this right here. I've been hearing this right here. It's a difference between a hustler and a gangster. Nah, man. That's all the same. A hustler can't be a gangster. This is where a gangster can't be a hustler. You know where I'm coming from? So what happened is when you got a lot of these guys out here who didn't make no money, that was being gangsters. Well, I ain't gonna say they didn't make no money. Let me say it the correct way. They made money, but didn't know how to keep the money. They didn't know how to keep the money. They made money, but they didn't know how to keep it, you know? So there's no difference between a hustler or a gangster. It's all the same. It's just individuals out here speaking their own opinions on how they look at a certain person. Well, he wasn't no gangster because he chose to get some money. Well, he wasn't no hustler because he chose to gang bang and didn't go get the money. Man, that's all backdoor stuff, man, to steal someone else's attention when they're not around you. So you can talk bad about this person. Well, he didn't do this, or she didn't. Man, miss with all that. But it almost like this too, though. You have to almost be hate in your heart to even want to sit around people who separate a hustler from a gangster. Because if you ask me, Tony Montana on not Superfly, but on Scarface was a hustler and a gangster. If you ask me, the guy that played Superfly was a hustler and a gangster. If you ask me, shit, Sammy the Bull, John Gotti, Bumpy Face Johnson, Frank Lucas, all of them was hustlers and gangsters. There's no difference in that. There's only a difference in it when you're a hater, when you got hate in your heart. That's the only thing that makes it different. When you have hate in your heart towards a person who's doing better than what you're doing, so you trying to say he or she didn't do what you so-called say you done. You know where I'm coming from? Now, if you want to make a difference in it, I'm going to speak my difference in it. Since some of y'all want to make a difference in it, but I would look at it the same. But I'm going to scoop to y'all level on this one and what makes it different now. Since y'all go there, I'm going to go there. Somebody was smart. Some of y'all was very dumb. Because the stuff that you chose to do got you nowhere. The situations, positions that you guys is in right now. Some of y'all coked out, playing with y'all's nose, dipping cigarettes, all that type of stuff. So if y'all want to make a difference in it, here's my difference in it. Some of them was smart, some of them was very dumb. The dumb ones was the ones who chose to put the work in and didn't benefit nothing out of it but penitentiary time. The educated ones was the ones who knew how to make their money and help others get their money too. And at the same time, you better not cross them neither. And what made them so how can I say it? What made them so powerful? Because you can't come after 7-Eleven. You know where I'm coming from? Because 7-Eleven is where you got to come shop for Snicker bars, your pop, potato chips, and your gas, right? So to come after 7-Eleven, you're gonna have people that's gonna, hey man, to come after 7-Eleven, you got to come after me too. Because if you're messing with 7-Eleven, you're messing with my money too. So that's what made some of the guys so powerful that made the money and chose not to do the dumb stuff. I ain't gonna even call it dumb. You know what I'm saying? People chose to do what they chose to do and do it however they wanted to do it. Let me say it that way. You know where I'm coming from? If you chose to gang bang it out, you know what I'm saying, put the work for the hood, or if you chose to, be in the hood getting your money, and nigga, if you disrespect the hood, I'm gonna ride, but as long as you're not disrespecting me or this hood, what y'all do is what y'all do, So on that level, I'm coming from, I'm gonna get off of that, we're gonna get on this right here. And then we're gonna get on up out of here. J Trials, man. We need y'all to go out here and support him, man. And he got this video. We just dropped it out here on my channel, on the Wise Talk Podcast channel. We need some support. We need some love. You know where I'm coming from. We need all that above. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Go up there and check him out, And this is wise thoughts. This is wise moves. Wise clues. For you guys to be wise too. You know what I'm talking about? And I'm the wise guy who once was that fool. Like and subscribe, share it with a friend. You know what I'm saying? I swear to God on my blood. I'm out.